robust security network. We got a glimpse about it in the last video, right? Let's discuss this in a little bit more detail. So the 802.11 2007 standard defines what is known as the RSN and RSNAs. So let's see what they are. RSN you already know. RSNAs are RSN associations. So robust security network associations are called RSNAs. This was defined in 802.11 2007 standard, right? Now two stations must establish a procedure to authenticate and associate with each other and also create dynamic encryption keys through a process called four-way handshake. So two stations need to find a way to authenticate, associate with each other and also create dynamic encryption keys through a process called four-way handshake. Okay, if two stations can do this, then they form something called an RSN, robust security network, and they have an RSNA, robust security network association. Now basically these two radios must be able to share dynamic encryption keys that are unique to these two radios. That's also another important point. So these dynamic encryption keys are very much unique to the two stations forming an RSN, okay, or doing RSNAs. Now here, as we remember from the last video, CCMP AES encryption is the mandated encryption method, and of course TKIP is the optional one. So we'll write that down once again. CCMP is the encryption, AES is the algorithm. This is the mandatory one, encryption method, and TKIP, which is running the RC4 algorithm, is the optional encryption method. Okay, these are all encryption methods. Now the clients should be able to authenticate, associate, also form dynamic encryption keys using four-way handshake, and those keys should be unique to those two stations or those two radios. Okay, that's what happens in the RSN, right? Now, and how do you know it's an RSN, right? So an RSN can be identified by a field found in the beacon, okay, a field found in the probe response, a field found in the association request frames, and a field found in the reassociation request also. This is called the RSN information element field. So you have a field in the beacon, you have a field in the probe response, you have a field in the association request, you have a field in the because anyone trying to initiate roaming also should be able to have the same security measures. So reassociation request also will have this kind of field. This is called RSN information element. This will tell you what kind of, this will basically tell you what kind of cipher suite capabilities does a station have. Okay, so this will tell you what kind of cipher suite capabilities does a station have, which means what kind of cipher does it support. Okay, this is pretty much what it is telling you. Now it's possible that there's a BSS where, let's say, there's an access point and it's a BSS. Some clients do support RSN, some clients don't support RSN. So by all means, this is definitely backward compatible, which means in the same BSS there can be some legacy security measures also can be supported along with the RSNs also. Okay, security defined mechanisms also. So legacy security measures and RSN security defined mechanism and RSN security defined mechanisms. both are supported in all the BSS, which means it's definitely backward compatible, right? So this was just a way about how RSN looks like. So the thing to remember from this is this part, authenticate, associate, dynamic encryption keys using 4-way handshake, and those keys are pretty much unique to both the stations, right? This is something which you need to know. This is going to come in the next couple of videos also. Okay, see you in the next video. I'm going to talk about PSK authentication in the next video.